Hi everybody, this is Diane. This is the first day of my staycation, and I am off to a great start because it is Labor Day, and so I went to the Stockyards outdoor flea market, and it's a huge one. Usually Labor Day, I have found, is the biggest, bigger than Memorial Day one. And I found a lot of stuff. So let me show you this picture that I took of the stuff that's sitting by my door. These two boxes here are all from one vendor. This is paper stuff, and this is lace and linens and fabric-y stuff. I'll talk about them more when I get to them. And what I have on my table are from these bags. My sweater's down in there. I forgot I took my sweater off and stuffed it in the bag. So what I have in front of me, I might have to do two videos. So I have the two bags that I filled, and these are from all different vendors. And also on the floor I have the box that's full of paper from the one vendor that I got the two boxes from. So depending on how long it takes me to go through these items, I might get into some of that box, because even going through those two boxes from one vendor would be a long video. So anyway, let's stop talking and get into this. I hope you got a glimpse of some things that you find intriguing right here on the table. So this was a glove box. If you recall, maybe you have seen another glove box that I have. Let me grab it. I got this at the Barnes Flea Market, and I use it to store my shorter pieces of lace in. Anything that will fit in this length, I lay it down in here, and when I need a shorter piece of lace for any kind of trim, I look in this box. So I thought it would be great to have another box to stack onto it, because sometimes this gets pretty full, and I could maybe sort them into two different types of lace. But this was full of jewelry, like junk jewelry pieces, and he wanted to sell it all together for $30. I thought if he doesn't charge too much, I could take the jewelry too and put that in my shop, but I didn't want to pay $30. So he sold me the box. He dumped the jewelry into a cardboard box and sold this to me. So now I have two glove boxes for my laces. All of this came from one vendor. He said that this is a German lace that came off some draperies that I guess somebody was disposing of the draperies but didn't want the lace to go to waste. So it was a reasonable price. This isn't the kind of lace I use that often, but there's quite a bit here, and he only charged me $2 for it. So I got that, and this is included in that $2 price. So there's a lot there. And then he sold me this round container of laces, and I didn't go through all of it. I just knew that there were pieces in there I wanted, and the price was good, so I went for it. It was dampish there. It had rained yesterday, and I think it might have rained this morning, but it rained really hard last night. This is a little wooden needle container. Isn't that cool? I'm keeping this. It'll just be decorating my shelf, one of my shelves in here. Little cardboard bobbin, tiny little googly eyes, and a couple pieces of ribbon were in that baggie. This is what caught my eye in this box. I'll need to wash it. I'll just wash it by hand. But it's a good length. I don't know. Maybe looks like it's over a yard. Maybe. I took my mat off that has my measuring stuff on it. But anyway, it's a pretty vintage embroidered piece. There's a handkerchief. Looks like a man's handkerchief, and the hem is coming out. It's got little initials on there. And this with a crocheted corner. It's in kind of bad shape, but I can cut this out and use it. Some satin ribbon. Some tatting. Oh, this isn't tatting. This is a very delicate lace. Oh, isn't that pretty? I'll have to iron that. Oh, that is so pretty and unique. It's just a small piece of it, but I love it. I don't know what this is, but that could make an interesting decoration on the front cover, couldn't it? It's some kind of a, it's not yarn. Feels plasticky, but it was something done around a ring. It's another, sorry, handkerchief with a little bit of embroidery and some crochet around the edges. I'll wash that. Oh, here's some more. That's a big piece. Embroidered ribbon. It's a thin ribbon with a Greek key design on it. And this little thin ribbon. Oh good, some more of that floral. This is a chenille tie. Oh, that'll be fun to use as a tie on a journal. 2 pieces of it. That's fantastic. Some more satin ribbon. Feels kind of crunchy. This, everything in here is in need of wash. Look how beautiful that is. Shall I tell you? He charged me $3 for that little bucket. And look at all the stuff that's in there. Wow. So some kind of a collar with a tiny little antique lace on it. Some more ribbon. I'm bumping you. There's a handkerchief and another handkerchief and another one. Terrible condition, but I will use parts of it. This looks like maybe a doll's, I don't know what it is. I was going to say a doll's apron, but it might be some sort of a collar. But I'm going to wash it and iron it. There's a lot of wide white satin ribbon. There's a wooden spool. There's another piece of that chenille. Handkerchief. It's a map of Switzerland. Oh, that is cool. I don't like the colors on it, but it's pretty neat. There's a pretty handkerchief. A metal zipper. Somebody stamped that. That's not vintage. Oh, look at that. There's a lot more in here than I thought there was. Wow, this is fantastic. Pair of cheap kid scissors from the olden days. Another pretty handkerchief. Oh, and another cloth. I said another because I got one. I picked one up from a vendor and I haven't shown it to you yet. This is a really old and soft cloth measuring tape. That's awesome. A couple of keys and some more of the wide satin ribbon and another little wooden spool. That was a little treasure box, and if I can clean this up, make it look halfway decent, I will use that for storage because I like old storage containers. I think this was in that too. This was part of that. I wouldn't have picked that up on itself. A charm that lulls to sleep. Just a little baby pillow. It's got some embroidery, but it's very stained. Okay, what else did I get? I got these 3 wide laces. There's a very pale pink. Isn't that pretty? Can you see the pink? I don't know if it shows up, but it's cream, but it's got pink, quite a bit of pink in it. And then we have this one. And I think this is the widest. This card that's attached to it says 16 yards. That's a lot of yardage. So some of those laces will go in my shop. This, I'm not sure what exactly it is. It looks like a military collar, but I don't know if anybody knows what it is. I don't think it's like real military, but maybe it's not even a collar, because I don't know. But I just thought it was cool, and I thought it would make a really fun cover decoration on a big journal. It's even got this little chain attached to it. What do you think? What do you think this is? It's very vintage. I'd love to know how old it is. And I got another cloth measuring tape. And this box of cards, I love the box. And I liked the tulips, but I opened it up just to make sure, because sometimes you don't get what you think you're getting. And it's not that, but it is a cute set of cards, so I got it. If I can get them out of the box, I will show you. It's an unopened deck of little kitten cards. That's adorable. And then another card game is Pinocchio card game from 1961. And they have Jiminy Cricket on the back. And I got this old book, Darkness and Daylight. It's in rough condition. You can see it's threadbare there, but it's just such a pretty cover, and I can work on restoring the cover. That's the author, Mary J. Holmes. I didn't look to see if there are pictures, but I don't think there are. And this set of 3 Victorian images. This is from Godey's. Godey's Unrivaled Colored Fashions, it says. And this one. This says Home Magazine, January 1857. That's incredible. And this one I love. A Song of the Lark by Breton. So, I think it came from a magazine, but it has some questions. What is the theme of the picture? The time of day? What is the peasant girl doing? So you're analyzing the picture. That's kind of interesting. But it's a really pretty picture, and these are Victorian. These 2 books, I wanted this one, Sea and Sunshine. I liked the shape of them because they're more square. But she gave me this one for the same price. The books were $1 each, and she gave me both of them for $1 because they belong together, she said. 7.5 about by 9.25. So they're not square, but they have a more square shape than most books do. And I just thought the covers were pretty. I didn't really look at the pages inside. They're okay. A bit musty smelling. But I did like this cover. And we have the Delineator Cookbook. This cover is fantastic. Delineator Cookbook, Delineator Home Institute, investigates, proves, and endorses. I love this cover. It's got a thick spine. The book is in pretty good condition because it had the cover, the book jacket, which is in terrible condition right now. But, excuse me, if I make a journal out of this, I can leave this cover, or this spine, right on. If I make a journal out of it. I want to make a journal out of it. And I learned recently that Delineator and Butterick are connected. We're connected. I don't think Delineator is anything anymore, but we still have Butterick sewing patterns. This is dated 1934. So the inside is, you know, nothing really special. It's got some black and white photos, and I like that the recipes are like in the shape of a recipe card. So these would make great journaling cards, to just cut out a recipe and make a journaling card. And I'll probably use some of the black and white photos also. But I had to have it because of the cover. And this was an awesome buy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now these are not, vintage, but the one that I looked at was 2005, and they all look shiny and new. This one's 2006. But they're all ideals, and they're in great condition, and they still have the beautiful art that we love in ideals, and the stories and poems. So, I forgot how many. 14. 14 ideals books. There's 3 Easter ones, a couple of Mother's Day. Oh, I love that one. A friendship, and another friendship, and another friendship. Country, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Some of these, undoubtedly, most of these will be in my shop. I might use some. So that's what I had on my table. That was from, I can start going through this box of papers. This came from the other box. It just ended up in this box. But everything that I'm going to show you from here on out is from that one vendor. She had tons and tons and tons, and I kept finding more boxes to go through, and it was just spread everywhere. And I was starting to tell you, it rained yesterday. People were setting up yesterday, and I think they were open for business yesterday for some time anyway, but the big day was today. So it was dampish there, and she was set up on the edge, like the back edge of the lot where this flea market is held, and it sounded like it was raining. She had a tarp over her, and it sounded like it was raining, but it was just the water dripping from the trees that she was under. So anyway, her stuff was fine, which was good, because she had a lot of paper stuff, and I can't wait to show you that stuff. But anyway, I started going through her things and picking out. I picked this out of one box. I picked some things out of the box of paper, and she said, if you want to buy in bulk, just talk to me. So I ended up buying a box full of the laces and stuff, and this came out of a different box, and then a whole box of papers, because I had already pulled some stuff out of it, and I thought, well, quite a bit out of it, and I thought I'll just put it all back in that box and buy the whole thing. And then I added some other things to those boxes. So I ended up spending quite a bit at her booth, and she lets me do PayPal with her, which is awesome, because I didn't have that much cash on me. But it's well worth it, and a lot of the stuff is going to have to go in my shop. So I'm sharing a lot of this with you. Probably not this, because I love it. Isn't that fantastic? It's not in great condition. It's torn here, it's stained here, but I love that. And I just love these colors. And I got this from her. She had several boxes. You may remember, I'm getting a collection of these. I've passed by a lot of tin recipe boxes, but now I have this one. I bought this one because it had vintage cards in it, and I thought I'll just keep the box because it's cute. And then I bought this one a week or so ago because it had some recipe cards in it I wanted. And I looked this up on eBay, and people are asking for a lot of money for this box. I paid $10 for it with the cards in it, but people are asking a lot of money. Some are not asking that much. I don't know if they're getting that much money. So anyway, I saw this, and it's not in great shape, but I'll clean it up. And it's a Bisquick box, and I love it. I don't like Bisquick, but I love this box. And it's got recipe cards in it. They're basic, they're Bisquick recipes. And these old tabbed cards. It didn't come with the box, but they're in there. So she had a few recipe boxes, but this one was my favorite, so I brought that one home. Now this, I was going to ask her if I could open it to see what was in it. It's a bingo box, but then when I realized I was just going to buy the whole box, I just put it back in there. So let's see what's in here. I can hear the game pieces in there. It doesn't sound like there are bingo cards, but we'll find out. There are bingo cards. Nice. Old ones. Matte. Ten bingo cards. And the little markers. Great. I thought this was a really fun item. Toy money. So it's got the little cardboard, little chip, they're not chipboard, they are like a heavy cardstock, not even extremely heavy. So these will be great to add to journals because they're not very thick. I hope I can find a date on this somewhere. But look at this, educational toy money. Ideal School Supply Company, Chicago. This is a fantastic find, and I picked it up off one of her tables, and it was added to the collections. She was just keeping a tally as I kept on shopping. I don't see a price, but this is really cute too with all the little boxes. I definitely will keep this box. It's just adorable. It says $6 on the bottom, but I didn't pay prices that were marked on these things. Let's see what's in this bag. I think these are all things I picked out individually. Oh, yeah, this is one of these are things I picked out of the big box of paper. Okay, so this is a check. This is 1974, so that's not that old, but it's cool. It's 74, it's still vintage. Some greeting cards. They're probably from the 70s too, I would think. Possibly 60s, but there's no way to tell. But they're pretty, aren't they? And a Christmas card. And I like the shape of the envelopes. This one looks like some insects ate some holes in it. Oh, that's pretty. She looks 70s. And these, they have a texture to them. That's nice. So I think all of these came in the box. This is what came in the box, and then these longer ones were just added to it later. But I'm glad because I love them. I like the shape of their envelopes. That's a more modern envelope. And that check was just laying in there. The Art of Cooking and Serving. There's a recipe here. Oh, this is cool. It's just this little, it's like a shape of a cigarette card, but it's paper. It's got the image and then the recipe is back here. It's small type, but it's there. It's from the Royal Baking Powder Company. I like that. Ooh, Boston cream pie. I made a Boston cream pie one time. It was quite a bit of work, but it was delicious. I should make one again sometime. I really enjoy Boston cream pie, but I don't get it very often. 1930. There's some nice pictures in here. But of course, you know why I wanted it. For that. That is such a neat looking cover. And I love the little size of it. Now, this is what was in that box of paper. Some of what was in there. These packets. And they're marked expensive. $15, $20. This one's $20. But when she saw me looking through the box, she said, don't pay attention to those prices because they're not right. So these are some of what I had initially pulled from the box. And then when she said I could buy in bulk, I put them back, added them back to the box. And let's go through these and see what's here. So apparently, I don't know where she gets all this stuff, but she said she had a ton of stuff there, and she has 2 more trailers at home. I like it when she's at this flea market. She's not always there, but she remembers me and knows what I like. So we have Sugarloaf Township tax statement 1953. I'll try to be quick. A Rogers optical receipt 59. 54 or 45 school taxes, 1940 school township taxes. So these are old. 1956 Hazelton Memorial Company. 57. It looks like a more modern receipt, but it's 1957. Township taxes. I love these little township tax papers. It's like somebody's little diary. January 10th, worked at the 54B, drilled rock and mud, capped 1 rock at the something. So it's like his work record. Something about savings bonds. 1942. I said I was going to try to go quickly. This one doesn't have the year on it. '56. '57. These are the receipts that come out of a machine. It's got purple ink on it. Sears. It's a very faint, very faded. December 18th, but I don't know the year. There's a bunch of them. I'll have to look at them closer when I have more time. Here's another Sears receipt with purple ink. 1955. I went to the hardware store a lot. Those are all hardware receipts. These are cool papers. Okay, so it's just more of the same. Receipts, statements. But I'm glad they saved them. This is the kind of stuff people throw away. I have some of my dad's receipts like these from the 70s. I think even a couple from the 60s, because he doesn't throw stuff away. Okay, and then this one was marked 20, but I didn't pay that. I can't tell you how much I paid for each thing because I just paid a lump price for everything. And this is taped up really good. Let's just cut that away. School tax, 1941. So these are tax receipts, 42, 46, 48, up to 50s. Wow, look at all the pretty colors. 1960, 63. These are neat. 63 is where it ends in this bag. Awesome, I love that. And this one is 1948 handwritten letters. May, dear, how are you now? We haven't aligned since Ellen W. wrote us. I have been working too hard to find time for letters and really haven't the time to something now, but we'll write a note anyway. Oh, I don't know what that word says, but so it's just a nice letter written to May, dear. This is addressed to St. Joseph's Hospital in Reading, Pennsylvania. Mrs. May Renninger in the hospital. There's an airmail one. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it so you can see what I'm doing here. Just a whole stack of letters. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Hi over there, feeling better? Oh, isn't that cute? Aww. And isn't that cute? Wow. Dear May, you no doubt think this old man has forgotten you, but 'tisn't so. I think of you often, and of course hear from you through Lola. But then I'm not giving you the pleasure of one more note received, have I? That is so sweet. Oh, I gotta read that whole thing. Very nice pack of letters. And this looks like a bunch of Victorian cat ephemera. Oh, I see some birds there too. Okay, so these look like very old pieces. They're glued to a scrapbook page. And they were cut from the page, and they cut the birds. Oh. This is a treasure right here for cat lovers. Mischievous cats. It's too bad about what was on the back of them. But they are stuck down good. And this looks like some calling cards. I can't believe how often I find old calling cards. First time I found some, I just couldn't believe it. I thought, this is a once-in-a-lifetime find, but I keep finding them. And I'm not complaining about it because I love them. And I've sold some. I don't hang on to them all. Well, this one's interesting. It opens like an envelope. This is adorable. Little cowboy on his pony. Okay. Still have some time. I can keep going. Look at this. That is all pictures. I didn't, I had these in my hand and I was just looking through things. I was gonna put them down and I didn't. They ended up in my box. So whatever was in the box, she knew what was in there, so it wasn't like I snuck them in there. But I do like that pattern. That's really cool. I don't know what I would do with that. But let's take a quick look at all these photos. Let me do it this way. And these are cabinet cards on the heavy card. Oh, that's lovely. Eating his meal. These are unusual for that era. They're usually just portraits because pictures were rare. I thought she had knitting needles stuck in her hat there. He looks very relaxed. That's a lot of pictures there. This is some road maps, it looks like. I'm getting down into the stuff that I really don't know what's in there. I just, like I said, put things back in the box because there were more packets of envelopes or letters and receipts that I didn't take. So I just put them back in the box and took whatever was there. So there's some things in here that I am not aware of. So there's Arizona and Mexico and New Mexico and Pennsylvania, Ohio. That's in pretty rough shape. And another Pennsylvania. Might be a date on here somewhere, but I'm not going to look for it right now. It looks pretty old though. A little cookbook. I'm not going to bother getting into it. Metropolitan Life Insurance Cookbook. Looks like the styling of it is from the 50s maybe. MacArthur Memorial postcard. I like this. I like the tablets that were in the box. So this is some kind of a shipping company. Wabash. So this is only on the packaging, but it has this on the bottom of all of the papers. And then Green Bay and Western Railroad. So that's pretty neat. Here's another package of photos. Another bag of receipts. Looks like more of the same hardware, and this one is for television and radio store and Sears. So I'm not going to open it, but it's a whole bunch there. There were some loose papers. This is 1883 receipt. This is 1944 withholding receipt for wages. I don't see a date on this one. Oh, 1942. This is a matchbook. First National Bank, 1898. That's a beautiful check. Fourth annual party of the North Bloomfield Hose Company will be held Friday evening, July 3rd, 1891. Yourself and ladies are respectfully invited. Music by Rhino's Full Orchestra. Cool. I love that. It's a little label for Wellington Garage Inn Hotel. Wonder if that means there's a parking garage built right into the hotel. School Memories book. I love the pictures in this. Oh, it's got photos of the kids built right into it. It's like a little yearbook. 63, 64. Got a couple little school photos falling out of the back. When I opened it to see if it was just a little photo album, I saw this, or one of these pages. So I didn't realize it was full of photographs. And it's got room for autographs in the back. That's really cute. Some cookbooks. I didn't really care about some of the stuff in there, but they came with the box. Here's a little book of Lassie and the Kittens. There's another sewing pattern. That's a neat one. I do like that one. Simplicity puts years on. This is 1969. Sport Life. That's not my thing. Little League. More sports. This I like. It's pages from a book, I think. Alphabet book for kids. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's a poster. That's pretty neat, but I can cut it up and use it in journals. Really cute. Some more loose pages, little papers. 1941 city tax, building permit. Oh, what's in here? Ration coupons. It's got little blue circles. Cool. Ration coupon for 5 points. Processed foods. 20 points. It's got these little stickers. These are awesome. Ration data from the newspaper. Probably these little things were in this envelope. Wow, that's an awesome little bag to find in there. Woohoo! I hope you're not getting bored. I'm just going to keep on looking. And I'm going to get to 45 minutes and then stop the camera and make another video. So it'll be on 2 separate days that you'll get to see this haul. There's a needle threader there. And another package of 1948 handwritten letters to the same lady. I'm not going to open that. And again, 1948. She got a lot of letters in 1948. I think I'll just, yep, stop the camera now, and I will be back tomorrow to show you what else I got. I'm having fun. I hope you're enjoying this haul. See you soon.